First of all, tell us a bit more about you.
I'm a senior consultant here in EY Parthenon in Paris, but I actually started my journey with EY Parthenon back in Lisbon, in Portugal, where I'm from. But in 2023, I applied to the Mobility program. It's part of a program that EY has, the Mobility4U, and I chose Paris. So I came here for 3 months, and then I ended up liking it so much that later on I asked for a transfer, and so I've joined the Paris office last year, and I'm fully based here right now.
Why choosing Paris for your mobility in the first place?
Well, I think it's obviously a city that I really like, and at the time I was learning French, so I thought it would be a nice way to improve my language and practice it a bit. Also, I really wanted to have the experience of being part of a larger office than the one in Lisbon and with a more international context. And I had some friends in the city, so I thought that it was really the right choice for me at the time.
Awesome! Mobility is an amazing opportunity. And I know from my personal experience that everyone has his own story. So what's yours?
Yeah, so I think mobility for me was really a great time. I think obviously it's very different from just visiting a city because you get to live and work in a new environment, meet a lot of different people, and even if it's part of the same company, because it's still EY, I think that coming to a new office in a new country, it really feels like starting fresh in a new company. So it was really interesting. Of course, there are some challenges, not only the language, the culture, adapting to a different country, but I think that I felt very welcomed in the Paris office, so I ended up having a great time.
So you did mobility here for 3 months, right? Got back to Lisbon and you missed it so much that you came here permanently. How come?
That's true. So, like I said, I had a great time in mobility. The mobility finished, so I went back home. And I kept in touch with some people from the Paris office, not only HR, but also managers that I worked with. And I think that after a while, I thought that I'd been wanting to internationalize my career a bit. So I asked for a transfer, and EY fully supported me. And so a year later, I transferred to the Paris office.
And before we close, would you like to share something to anyone who is considering following your path?
For anyone who's thinking about doing a mobility or even a full-time transfer, I can only say go for it and be open to the unexpected, because of course it's not always going to be super easy and fun. There's going to be some challenges, but in the end you're going to grow a lot, not only professionally but also personally, and I really do think that in the end it's worth it. And if you're part of EY, I think you're even luckier, because if you want, you get the chance to do it through mobility with a full team supporting you every step of the way.